On behalf of the Washburn University Board of Regents, as well as Washburn and Washburn Tech faculty, administration, and staff, I welcome you to this commencement for the Washburn University Institute of Technology. Please stand and join me in welcoming Charles Kazar, who will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and of the home of the brave.
You may be seated. Thank you, Charles. Also, please join me in expressing thanks to Mrs. Norma Pettijohn, organist, for providing our music tonight. To the graduates, congratulations. To the friends and families, thank you for your enduring support. And to the faculty, thank you for the time and effort you constantly give to create an exceptional educational experience at Washburn. I would like to introduce the platform party. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all are introduced. Mr. Gordon Wade, Technical Instructor, Drafting at Washburn Tech and Grand Marshal. Dr. Clayton Tatro, Associate Dean, Instruction, Washburn University Institute of Technology. Dr. Richard Lidke, Executive Director, Enrollment Management. Ms. Cynthia Holthouse, Special Assistant to the President. Mr. Jim Martin, Vice President of Administration and Treasurer. Mr. Mark Wilson, Associate Dean of Student Services, Washburn University Institute of Technology. Dr. Pat Munzer, Dean, School of Applied Studies. Dr. Laura Stevenson, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Pam Foster, Equal Opportunity Director. Mr. Mark Freed, General Counsel and Secretary to Washburn Board of Regents. Mr. Marshall Meek, President, Washburn University Foundation. Mr. Mike Mustaine, President, Washburn University Alumni Association Board of Directors. Mr. Clark Coco, Dean, Washburn University Institute of Technology. Mr. William Sneed, Board of Regents. Mr. Paul Hoferer, Vice Chair, Board of Regents. Ms. Michelle de la Isla, Mayor, City of Topeka. Mrs. Blanche Parks, Board of Regents. Dr. Jerry Farley, Washburn University President.
Thank you, Dr. Mazurchak. Welcome, family, guests, students. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Clark Coco. I have the privilege of serving as the Dean at Washburn University Institute of Technology. And on behalf of Washburn University, the Board of Regents, Washburn Administration, the Washburn Tech faculty and staff administration, I too would like to personally say thank you again and welcome to this graduation ceremony. As we begin the activities for the evening, I would like to recognize some groups that are very instrumental in the success of our campus and our college. There's a reason why Washburn Tech leads the state in graduation rates. There's a reason why Washburn Tech leads the state in the placement of our students. I asked the question one time of our administrative team, how does that happen? And one of our administrative cabinet members said, because we take care of our students. We take care of our students, we make sure they get to where they're supposed to be, and we get them into the program so they can be successful. From the moment a student walks up the steps, looks at a web page, enrolls in one of our programs, to the day they walk into the class, to the day they get involved in their training, and then leading to tonight, there's a very important group of people. I would like to ask if you are a staff member, an instructor, an employee with Washburn Tech, would you please rise so we could acknowledge you and thank you. Thank you. 6 years ago, when we had the opportunity to come to Washburn Tech, we gleaned a couple of catchphrases. One of them is, hope has a face. And then when a student walks in our building and they walk into a technical program, and you can see what happens to them when they get involved in that and they light up, and you can see that they get it. They understand it. They have a passion for what they're doing. So that's a person who has hope, and it definitely has a face when they walk into our buildings. We have a wording on our front north hallway that says, imagine, inspire, transform. That's these students. They imagine what it would be like to complete one of their programs, program of study. Okay, they get inspired while they're involved in one of our programs, and tonight we witness this. They are transforming into graduates from Washburn Tech. Another group of students that we'd like to acknowledge. We talk about leadership a great deal, and the need for leadership in our workforce and in our communities. There are students here tonight that have been inducted into the National Technical Honor Society. There are 53 members in this spring semester have been inducted into the National Technical Honor Society. Since 1990, Washburn Tech has inducted over 860 students into National Technical Honor Society. These students have shown outstanding leadership in and out of the classroom. They have shown excellent attendance and commitment to their program. They've had grades of A's and B's. They have shown great citizenship, again, both in their program and within our community. If you are a member of National Technical Honor Society, would you please rise so we could acknowledge you? Thank you. Well, each year, at the beginning of the year, leading into finally the spring semester, we talk about Skills USA. And we talk about the number of students that might be involved in Skills USA. Skills USA is simply this. It's we go and compete. And we compete against all the other two-year institutions in the state of Kansas. And it all comes together in April. And we take our best and we put them up against the others' best. This past year, we had 140 of our students participate in Skills USA, the most we've ever had. So think about us pulling up in buses and vans, and we just keep coming. Washburn Tech, it just keeps coming. More students, more participants, more students, more participants. That happens because of the quality of students we have and the sponsorship we have and the leadership we have. So we go and compete. We compete for 3 or 4 days in Hutchinson, Kansas, and the results were phenomenal. 140 students. We earned 116 medals. Of those 116 medals, 20 were bronze, 33 were silver, 63 were gold. That's champions in the state of Kansas. If you are a medal winner, would you please stand? One more thing you need to know about these students. 54 of them are going to go to nationals. Now that's a big dollar figure, but we're going to cover it, right? 54 students are going to go to Louisville, Kentucky. And we're going to do what we did last year. We're going to go down there and we're going to announce first, second, third, fourth in the nation, Washburn Tech, Washburn Tech, Washburn Tech. That's what we're doing, because that's what we do at Washburn Tech. 54 of our students will be going in June to Louisville, Kentucky to compete against the best in the nation. For you students, thank you for allowing us to be so proud of you with the Skills USA. Thank you very much. We have a smaller group of students who are very active on our campus, creating opportunities and activities throughout the year. This is the Student Activities Board. If you are a member of Student Activities Board, would you please stand? Let me share. You don't see a lot of print about these young men and women, but let me share what they've done for us. Okay, each year, Washburn Tech has a tremendous Veterans Day activity. See, we believe in veterans. We believe in what they do, and we want to say thank you. They organize the Turkey Bowl. Sounds funny, the Turkey Bowl. It's one time out of the year, very few often, that we let our hair down and we compete program and hand in hand. We compete in the Turkey Bowl. We sponsor Toys for Tots. We give away thousands. We build them, we paint them, we cut them out, we put them together, and we donate them to families all across this region of the state. We sponsor the Winter Wonderland. Why? Because funds are raised. Funds are raised by these students and given back to this community. Okay, Student Activities Board is involved in that. And then one of the other things we do a silent auction and we have a car show. Those are fun things. But even more so than that, that creates funding that we can give to our students who are in need at times, whether it be clothing, whether it be gas cards, whether it be food. See, that's what happens with the leadership out of the Student Activities Board for our campus. Student Activities Board, thank you so much for all you've done this year. Appreciate that. One last group, and it's a very special group to me. National Anthem tonight. Well done. For those of us here tonight who either have been veterans or have family members who are veterans or serving in the armed services, the National Anthem means something totally different when you're one of those. We have veterans here tonight. If you are a veteran and a student at Washburn Tech, would you please stand? Stay standing. If you are in our audience tonight, would you please stand if you are a veteran? Thank you. Thank you for your service. It is my pleasure at this time to ask Dr. Tatro to come to the podium for the Outstanding Student Awards.
I am happy to introduce the students who were selected by faculty and staff to represent Washburn Tech as the outstanding students for the 2017-2018 academic year. Students will receive a certificate and a $500 reward. These students represent the best at Washburn Tech. I would ask our two outstanding students to please stand. The outstanding female student is Danielle Lear, culinary arts student. After working in the fast food industry, Danielle recognized her need for additional skills to move into a large-scale kitchen. She served in several leadership roles within Skills USA and participated in many culinary fundraisers. Danielle plans to continue her education at Washburn University while working at a local full-service restaurant. Congratulations, Danielle, and please come forward to accept your certificate. Our outstanding male student, Richard Ross, is a cabinet and millwork student. After retiring from the military, Richard earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration. He then enrolled at Washburn Tech to learn the technical skills around which to create his business. Richard is employed with a local home remodeling company while making plans for business ownership. Congratulations, Richard. Please come forward.
Thank you, Clark and Clayton, and congratulations to our students on their many accomplishments during this past year. At this time, I have the pleasure of introducing our president, Dr. Jerry Farley.
Good evening, everyone. I add my welcome and my congratulations tonight to you, along with those of many others in the room that are very proud of you and of what you have accomplished. You decided some point in your life, maybe it's while you were in high school, maybe it's after you've graduated high school, you decided that you needed more education, that you were willing to commit yourself to more study, to identifying something that you may want to do for the rest of your life. The program which you chose at Washburn Tech is one that will prepare you for your future. And you have succeeded in accomplishing completion of those programs. Now, that still may not be the end of your education. I hope that you realize that you must learn for a lifetime. You can never stop learning. If you are going to compete in today's very competitive world for jobs that are very competitively sought, you have to make that personal commitment that you're ready and willing to learn something new all the time. Change is inevitable, and the pace of change is ever accelerating. And you have to make that commitment. Now, you've done a great job. You have the discipline, you have the intellect, you have the talent to excel in your chosen field. I hope that you realize that by going to Washburn Tech, there are many pathways then that are open for you to continue your education. Now, maybe you don't want to do it now. Maybe you want to take a certificate. Maybe you want to take a skill and go to work for a while. Maybe come back then sometime in the future and decide you need more training. Perhaps now you are enamored with a building trade, something that you love doing, and you're good at it. And you will continue to do that into the future, but at some point, you may decide, I don't need to work for this person in this company. I can start a business of my own. And you will find that you need a bit more education to do that. And there are pathways throughout the Tech campus where you can come to Washburn University and get further education. You also wouldn't be sitting here tonight were it not for your family and friends that are surrounding you here in this arena. They've been there for you. They've perhaps helped you financially. They certainly have helped you emotionally. They have challenged you. They have consoled you. They have reduced some of your anxiety, perhaps. And you wouldn't be here tonight were it not for them. I think you ought to turn around and thank them right now with a little applause. Now, we would love to give each one of you that are here supporting these students a commensurate degree, but you haven't done the work quite yet. But every time you look your student in the eye, you see what you have done. You have created that person that is succeeding. And we congratulate all of you as well. I hope that you will continue to study, continue to learn. I hope that you will recognize that perhaps you can help some other people in doing that as well and serve as mentors for them. I hope that you feel good about the education you received at Washburn Tech. We are very proud of you. We wish you the very best. Congratulations on your successes tonight. Thank you.
We shall now proceed to the conferring of degrees. We ask that parents, relatives, and friends use one of the areas in front to the right or left of the stage designated for taking photographs so not to obstruct the graduates or the professional photographers. The degree candidates will be presented by Dean Coco.
Will all the candidates for a technical certificate or associate degree please rise? All graduates, please rise. President Farley, those before you and in absentia are candidates for the technical certificate or the associate degree of applied science degree. I am pleased to present to you now for the conferring of their degrees and certificates those who have completed the requirements and have been recommended by the faculty.
Thank you, Dean. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Washburn University, I hereby confer upon those who have completed the requirements the appropriate degree with all of the rights, privileges, honors pertaining to the degree. Would you please be seated and come forward as your marshals bring you to the stage.
GED program. Instructors, Robin Connors, Catherine Peppers, Mandy Cox, Kelly Perry, Chris Graverson, Becky Gilland, Suzanne Gieb, and Christine Brooks. Marbella Astorga Cardoza. Carlos Colon. Chance Gideon. Sierra Mans. Melissa Morales. Catherine Peters. Tara Ralph. Monica Rangel. Cole Ryan. Advanced Systems Technology Instructors David Peralta, Dennis Mergenmeyer, and Chaz Havens. Manuel Alvarez. Walker William Atkinson, silver medalist for Skills USA. James Theodore Cybulski. Jared B. Cunningham, National Technical Honor Society, AWS certified. Tanner D. Cutright. Darren M. Decker. Skylar L. Eden. Andrew Gibson. Christopher Gonzalez Mejias, National Technical Honor Society. Matthew Lee Hinman, two-time gold medalist for Skills USA. Joseph Patrick Kennedy, two-time silver medalist for Skills USA. Tobin J. Meyer, National Technical Honor Society. Dominic M. Rodriguez, silver medalist for Skills USA. Nathan D. Rowe. Garrett G. Spangler. Wyatt James Troop, gold and silver medalist for Skills USA. Connor Thomas Watson. Dallas M. Wright, silver and bronze medalist for Skills USA. Auto collision instructors Matt Petty and Eric Showalter. Spencer M. Archer, bronze medalist for Skills USA, ICAR Pro Level 1. Cody William Bayless, National Technical Honor Society bronze medalist for Skills USA, ICAR Pro Level 1. Anthony Beckerman, ICAR Pro Level 1. Zachary Roger Boyd, ICAR Pro Level 1. Nicholas Friend, gold medalist for Skills USA, ICAR Pro Level 1. Raymond Leslie Hovestat, gold medalist for Skills USA, ICAR Pro Level 1. Dalton T.E. Mitchell, ICAR Pro Level 1. Mercedes Dawn Willett, gold medalist for Skills USA. Austin W. Zabierski, gold and bronze medalist for Skills USA ICAR Pro Level 1. Cabinet and Millwork Instructor John Lemon. Anthony Thomas Davis, gold medalist for Skills USA. Paul R. Lastly, silver medalist for Skills USA. Corbin A. Richardson. Richard D. Ross, National Technical Honor Society gold and bronze medalist for Skills USA. Commercial and Heavy Construction Instructor Mike Evanson. Justin E. Atwood Allison, National Technical Honor Society. Mason Gregory French. Gregory C. Keenan. Peter Wesley Leibfarth. Matthew Michael Madinger, National Technical Honor Society. Sean Moore. Connor Patrick Perkins. Garrett Paul Richard. Steve Schoenberg, National Technical Honor Society. Lloyd Welty. Cosmetology instructors Teresa Huttenmeyer, Wita Egan, and Michelle Legg. Becca Lynn Alexander. Cassidy Jean Arend. Caitlin Elizabeth Artzer. Eliana Marie Bayless, gold medalist for Skills USA. Marie Catherine Butcher. Savannah Marie Dunkel. Angela J. Eldridge. Caitlin Ann Harvey. Dawson James Hegert, gold medalist, Skills USA. Lindsay Jones Kindred. Elizabeth Grace Ann Kirby. Aura Faye Kleckner. Mara Lilly. Pedro Basan, gold medalist for Skills USA. Dawn Moyer. Emily Ann Pantel. Hope Elise Rolls. Zoe Shea Seebeck. Lacey Lachey Smith. Mariah Elizabeth Stewart. Haley Renee Turner.
Jody Michael Whipple.
Culinary arts instructors Jacob Haig and Scott Nichols. Brianna Marie Zofia Burton. Benjamin Kane. Maria Garcia. Julia May Kasperzak. Danielle Nadine Lair, National Technical Honor Society Gold and Bronze Medalist for Skills USA. Ricardo James Lopez, Gold Medalist for Skills USA. Jessica S. Paulette, Gold Medalist for Skills USA. Chastity Nicole Session. Michael P.J. Taylor. Diesel Technology instructors Tanner Russell and Jay Toby. Lane Barr. Adam T. Berdalski. Brian L. Dugan. Tyler W. Roberts. Marshall W. Van Dyke. Dylan C. Vickery. Locomotive Diesel Technology, Garrett Lee Gotchhammer. Andrew E. Harrison. Jack Aaron Penrose. Heavy Diesel Construction Technology, Aaron James Atchin. Benjamin Wesley Arnfield, two-time gold medalist for Skills USA. Jonathan A. Clark. Joseph M. Derzinski, bronze medalist for Skills USA. Julio Gorga. Mason L. Hayden. Trenton P. Rowland. Craig A. Ryan, gold medalist for Skills USA. Marlant Turan Luis. Garrett A. Bass. Austin Wilkinson. Early childhood professional instructor Tammy Schrickle. Gregory F. Abbott. National Technical Honor Society two-time gold medalist for Skills USA. Sydney Ellen Clark, National Technical Honor Society. Joy Kayleen Coker, National Technical Honor Society gold and silver medalist for Skills USA. Amy Lynn Lemon, National Technical Honor Society. Toki Leonard, National Technical Honor Society. Christina Marie Mercer, National Technical Honor Society. Evelyn Celine Merrill. Hannah Marie Mitchell, National Technical Honor Society. Marie Fernanda Palomares, National Technical Honor Society. Ty Marie Stevens, National Technical Honor Society. Coralie Desiree Stover, National Technical Honor Society. Maggie Wilbur. Kenzie Nicole Young, National Technical Honor Society.
Next program up, Graphics Technology, instructor Pam Manning. Marek Martin Selby Cock. Caitlin Elizabeth Patterson. Erica Kiro. Noah M. Spencer, gold medalist for Skills USA. Destiny Ann Thompson, gold medalist for Skills USA. Next program, Business Bookkeeping and Accounting instructor Russell Henshaw. And Legal Office Professional instructor Lynn Dawson, and Medical Office Specialist instructor Diane Stump. Brianna Marie Enlow. Jennifer Kelly. Santifica Rudana Killingsworth. National Technical Honor Society, 3-time gold medalist and silver medalist for Skills USA. Jonathan Michael Sossaman, National Technical Honor Society, 2-time gold and silver medalist for Skills USA. Sharon Spiker, National Technical Honor Society. Laura A. Watson, gold and silver medalist for Skills USA. Zachary Jordan Hall. Kaylee J. Hernandez, National Technical Honor Society. Jamie Lynn Mai, National Technical Honor Society. Leonie Vidix, National Technical Honor Society. Lauren Ashley Barnett, National Technical Honor Society. Crystal Boyd, Microsoft Office Specialist. Courtney Lynn Brown. Katrina D. O'Hara, National Technical Honor Society. Next program, Machine Tool Fast Track, instructor Richard Anderson. Nicholas M. Burnell, NIM certified. Christopher G. Clark, NIM certified. Suleiman Leroy Cooperwood, NIM certified. Eric M. Herring, NIM certified. Joshua Lee Early Holford. Christian L. Iwig. Christopher M. Curley, NIM certified. Tannum Segrest, NIM certified bronze medalist for Skills USA. Dalton Dean Ewell, NIM certified. Next program up, Machine Tool Technology, instructor Dale Schaefer. Hunter Alexander. Colton J. Anderson. Colby Lee Berger. Garrett Joseph Evans. Luis E. Hernandez. Lane E. Marston. Cody Moore. Jason Kyle Euler. Bryson Delbert Jackson Safaric. Dustin Daniel Savard. Next program at Technical Drafting, Instructor Gordon Wade. Chase A. Buznitz. Colt Timothy Hammer. Aiden John Keene. Michael James Ottman. Gerson J. Ramirez. Aubrey E. Reed. Next program up is Fast Track Welding. Instructors Lester Green, Jonathan Rossich, and Jordan Rossich. Chandler W. Adamson.
Here come the hand crushers.
Jim Paul Bernardino Aguado. Alfredo Alvila. Shantane Baskerville. Caitlin Marie Best. Robert L. Brown. Dakota Bush. Hunter J. Burke. Mitchell Reed Camilletti. Hunter Lee Claxton. Sean Cone. Alexis Renee Garcia Coverdale. Brandon Reese Drescher. Dalton W. Dunlap. Alexander Michael Isopi. William Matthew Flatt. Oscar Geraldo Cablares Gonzalez. Dakota R.D. Hurl. Scott J. Herman. Randall Scott Hogue. Had to look up. Barton Edward Homan, Chairman of the Student Advisory Board. He also completed his GED. Adam John Knatzer. Cyrus Grant Kincaid. William A. Lapai. Dwayne M. Lamas. Ashley M. Ortiz. Joshua Parrish. Quentin Allen Price. Randy J. Randall. Ami L. Ramirez Williams. Ronald R. Roberts. Trevor Dean Ricketts. Landon Scott Savage. Michael James Shoemaker. Garrett Steven Spreer. Franco Clemente Veggie. Justin A. Walker. Matthew C. Wickert. Cameron Hart Young. Our next program is the welding program. Instructors, Dan Stump and Nicholas Hunter. Logan K. Anderson. Noah A. Barnett. Travis L. Brower. Trevor Lee Brower. Jesse James Bruner. Mason Darwin Cummings. Annika R. Grubb. Austin Michael Hefton. Donald James Hendricks. Samuel Chase Jones. Paul R. McNichol. Carson Lowell Meerpool. Colby L. Mers. Andre Shannon Mills. Eric Thomas Moore. Striker Ray Morgan. Nicholas David Mueller. Clayton Robin Mumford. Austin J. Myers. Austin M. Neff. Colby P. Peck. Chris Quarterman. Dylan Reevely. Mason Dean Rohde. Corey Dylan Shackelford. Nathaniel Aaron Tompkins.
As we begin to start the conclusion of this activity, I would like to say thank you to our cabinet and mill class, Mr. John Lemon and his students, for the 3 new podiums that were built on the Washburn Tech campus. Thank you. Today you've been part of a graduation exercise from Washburn Tech's 38 programs. We are proud to welcome, between our 5 o'clock graduation and this graduation, over 600 students. And when you combine that with our December graduation of over 300 students, we pushed that number over 1,000 students this year that have received their associate degree as graduates or as alum of Washburn Institute of Technology. Please join me in recognizing these impressive individuals for their accomplishments by offering them a round of applause.
Before concluding the ceremony, graduates, I would like to underscore that this is a moment of transition. You entered Lee Arena, we hope, as just one of the steps in completing your time as a Washburn Tech student, and as you leave today, you begin your exciting future by joining thousands of proud Washburn University alumni. In that regard, it is now my pleasure to introduce Mike Mustaine, President of the Washburn University Alumni Association Board of Directors.
Thank you, Dr. Mazachek. President Farley. On behalf of more than 44,000 living alumni, I congratulate you on your graduation from Washburn Institute of Technology. You're joining the ranks of alumni across the nation who all have the same thing in common. We're all Ichabods. Like them, you have developed a permanent and lasting relationship with Washburn. As such, your continued involvement to help shape Washburn for the generations of Ichabods who will follow in your footsteps. Throughout the rest of your life, the Alumni Association will keep you connected to Washburn Tech and your classmates. Today, our graduation gift to you is a complimentary one-year membership in the Alumni Association. Simply claim it and it's yours. Membership information is outlined on the postcard on your chair. Your family and friends are welcome to join too. I invite all of you in the stands, family and friends, to join the Alumni Association. You don't have to be a Washburn graduate to be a member. Don't be afraid to get involved and be a part of the fun. Your fellow Ichabod alumni will welcome you with open arms. Please keep in mind, Washburn Tech's reputation is built on the success of its graduates. We all know you will go on to do great things, whether it be starting a new career or continuing your education. On this day of graduation, we wish you happiness, good health, and prosperity. Congratulations, Ichabods.
Before concluding this ceremony, will all graduates please rise and remain standing? Graduates, please be sure that your tassel is on the right side of your cap. Congratulations. As a symbol of your great achievement, please move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the Spring 2018 graduating class of Washburn Institute of Technology.